It was truly a bizarre day, an entertaining day, no doubt about it. A day on day one where Australia's opening bowler top scored in the first innings, and by stumps, their first change bowler was opening the batting. Could you believe it? It was high-class entertainment, no doubt about that, and it was all happening here. The NRMA Insurance Test Series, the Ashes, happening right here on Fox Cricket and KO Sports, and we thank you for joining us. Day two, Ben Stokes, he won the toss yesterday, had no hesitation on what was a very lively pitch with 10 mils of grass. He won the toss and bowled first. They bowled well, knocked Australia over for 152, but the men in the baggy green, they got out there and they did the job. 110 England knocked over for, so Australia have a nice little first innings lead, and they will come out with 10 second innings wickets in hand. Thanks for joining us, joined by Isha Gould, Mark Warren, Michael Vaughan. We're all just sitting here, Ish, just sort of shaking our heads. We watched that little highlight. It felt like the full day's play there, completely captured in the opener. But what happened yesterday? Was it the pitch? Was it the batting, the bowling?
I think a bit of everything, to be honest. Yes, it did feel like a highlights day yesterday on Boxing Day. 94,000, record crowd, crammed in, and it's the only time they might feel shortchanged. So they didn't even see 80 overs, but they saw 20 wickets fall on day one. The pitch, obviously 10 mil of grass, it was doing all the talking. All you had to do was put it in the right areas, and that's what the bowlers were able to do more often than not. For the batters, look, I think techniques have changed over the last few years. It's not like you guys on this panel where you get in and behind it, solid defence, dogged defence. You know, these players, they play so much more positively nowadays, and their method of operandi is really to just to get after the bowlers when they have a pitch like this. So that's why you see so many wickets on this surface. Oh,
the second last line in that graphic tells you how the series began, Junior, that big day over in Perth, and it just continues.
Yeah, look, I think there'll be some criticism of the pitch. What you want in a pitch is a good contest between bat and ball, but when it slides either towards the bat or the ball too heavily like yesterday, then you get problems. You need more luck than technique to survive, and I think that was a bit of an issue yesterday. Having said that, I think Isha's right. You know, the modern day defensive techniques of a lot of players is just not there. You know, the tight defence, letting the ball come late, keep the bat pad together. There's a lot of loose batting yesterday. I think a lot of batsmen thought, I need to get runs before they get me out, before I get a good ball. So that had a bit to do with the way the batting was yesterday. But I don't think it was a 20 wickets in a day pitch. I think it was slightly better than that.
Vaughnie, I had a quick word with Alastair Cook, one of England's greatest, and a guy that could defend his wicket well. He said he observed the Australian bowling, particularly Scott Boland, around the wicket. He says, I don't know what I would have done there. So is there credit to the Australian bowlers in particular as well?
Oh yeah, I mean the Australian attack throughout the series have been world class. They've been relentless on that length, just probing away 6 to 8 metre length. England know that's where they're going to bowl, so they try to go and meet it. But you know, Alastair Cook would have found a way because he had a great technique and he had a strong mind, and that's something that the modern player has to look at if they want to try and bat on the. And I think this wicket's a shocker. I said it yesterday. I think it's a really poor first day Test match wicket. We've had 76 overs, 20 wickets have fell. There's some good players on show, and we shouldn't be seeing that on a day one pitch. But the technical side of players these days are very much geared towards hitting and not defending, and that's the modern game. And we've just got to be very careful in Test match cricket that we don't see this more often, because Test match cricket is the greatest format for a reason. It's a test. Yesterday wasn't a test. It was a lottery for the batters.
Maybe 20 years into T20 cricket, it's run scoring is the first thought, and then defence comes a long second. We'll have to keep watching this space. Mark Howard's out in the middle of a sunbathed MCG. Howie, good morning.
Yeah, Gillian, it's great to be joined. Well, Shane Warne's always the king of the MCG. We're out here with Scotty Boland. We've just been watching the highlights of your 6 for 7, which you've seen so many. We were just talking about your kids and 6-7. It'd be very different 4 years later if you took 6 for 7, Scotty.
I think it'd be different now. I think the girls might love it a bit more.
Extraordinary with the 6-7. Hey, we're just having a chat. Of everything that we need to talk to you about yesterday, your favourite moment was your catch down on the boundary.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky. Like, I didn't see it at all off the bat with the crowd in the background, and it went fairly high. And then originally I thought it was going way squarer, and then just came, and then I was like, all right, try and settle, and went straight in the middle of the hand, so I was happy to get that one. Look after Ness as well.
It was a nice catch in front of the crowd. It was lucky that it wasn't at the other end where you're down at Filing, because the Barmy Army is down there in Merv and Dino and Warney in your area down there at Bay 13. It's a bizarre look.
I know, they've taken over Bay 13, which is strange. Usually go down there and just get cheers, and yesterday heading down there, they're singing their own songs.
No, it's extraordinary. Now, the day yesterday, you've played as much cricket in the last 10 years as anyone here, a lot of Shield cricket. Have you seen a pitch like this?
We've played quite a few Shield games on wickets that are similar to this, but I also think the weather leading up, where we had like 3 days in a row of 17 degrees, which doesn't help cricket wickets like harden up and all that kind of stuff. So I think if we had some really good weather, I think the wicket would play a bit differently. I think it's a similar prep what they had to the Shield game here 5 weeks ago. Better weather leading in, and I went to late on day 4. So I think weather can play a different part, and then also everyone here bowls. Well, you've got England everyone bowls 140. Everyone's come from different heights to what got a lot of guys who face in Shield cricket.
So the extra pace makes a difference. A Victorian, the largest cricket crowd ever here yesterday at the MCG. You're bowling and taking wickets. Can it get any better than that?
No, that's what you dream as a Victorian. I spoke the other day about if Todd Murphy got his chance, to be in front of a crowd like that. I don't think he would have been overawed if he got out there and played. But yeah, as a Victorian, to run around on the G, everyone's chanting your name, it's pretty special.
And then you think your day's done. You've got your wickets, you're taking your catch. Who says, actually, Scotty, by the way, can you open the batting in front of 95,000 on your home ground with Travis Head?
It was Ronnie. I was off at the time, just about to come back on after my spell. And then Ronnie just said, it looks like if we get the last wicket now, there's only going to be 1 or 2 overs to bat. You're going to open. And I was like, all right, no worries. I don't really want to do it, but happy to do it for the team.
So what's that moment like, walking out with Travis Head opening on Boxing Day?
Yes, that's pretty cool. We were walking up the race and we're like, not very often you get to open the batting with one of your best mates out in the G, but especially for a number 11 to walk out there with Trav. It was pretty cool. I looked at my work data last night, and as soon as we got the last wicket, my heart rate went straight to 130. I'm not even doing anything, and then just sat at about 150 while I was batting, which is pretty high for someone not walking around or running or doing anything.
Just before we let you go, you've got to get over to the team meeting. Do you expect the pitch to flatten out at all? Again, you will know this as well as anyone. Is it going to get easier for batting today and potentially tomorrow, or no?
I'm not sure. They got the sun out now. It actually feels a little bit warmer than, definitely warmer than yesterday. I was warming up in a thermal. It was freezing cold yesterday morning, and England bowled first in overcast conditions. So hopefully it flattens out and we can bat most of the day.
Good on you, Scotty. Appreciate it. Great to speak to Scotty Boland. Now, just one for you in the panel there. This is a mind bender for you. I was thinking about this last night, and I chatted to Loz, our statistician. So, end of the Australian innings. Tongue gets Nisa, then he gets Boland. Get your head around this. So, Tongue is on a hat-trick. He didn't open the bowling yesterday, which was a great shame. But if he was to knock over Scotty Boland with his first ball today, he would get his first Test hat-trick, but it would be the first time in Test history that a hat-trick has been taken with the same batsman in it twice, because it would be Nisa, Boland, and if he was to get Boland with his first ball today, his hat-trick would be Nisa, Boland, which would be the first time, if you get your head around that, Gilly, that it has ever happened in Test cricket.